Quite seriously injured, but you've got a bit of a bandage on your knee. Good luck for the recovery, mate. See you next weekend.
Yeah, you'll see me next weekend, and you can't miss it. You know, racing is my life. You know, as I am aware that racing is dangerous, so, you know, things happen. You know, you can't really change it. But, yeah.
All right, a tough little moment there for Mother Diane, but she's back here smiling. Good to see her at the track. Over to you, Neil Ritchie.
Thank you indeed, Spider. Well done, Matthew, our hero of the day. What a crash, what an injury, what a suspect that we thought would be a lot worse. But a man of his fighting nature has seen him quickly come back to be a spectator here today. 33 and Andy forgotten off the line. But I tell you what, was the 11 out wide, the 11 of Paul Skinner. Much better start from the Kawasaki man on the Skinners, Mowers and Swords of Ashburton, supported Kawasaki KR150. So nice breakaway through there as we see our adult advantage. So Paul Skinner looking good. Chris Suddy Sutcliffe in there as well. Phil Denevin, of course. Callum Guy. Brian Ashwood. Remembering, of course, Ashworth, my apologies, we've got our split in this one between our adults and our juniors as well. So this is development class. Now, we call it development because that's the drive of what we're trying to achieve with this. These are the sort of bikes, the Suzuki and Kawasaki 150, some 250s in there, that are bikes that give a sort of a stepping stone in towards the sport. But in fact, some of the older guys say, well, oh, look at that, 2 of them go right off at the hairpin, 2 of them go off at the hairpin. Now, that all started for the fact that the one on the inside was heading off anyway, and the other guy said, well, I'm not going to turn on you, and he had to go off with him. So he literally had to go off. So under braking, of which the brakes, of course, are not as, shall we say, high-tech as they are from the faster and greater capacity motorcycles. So that means that really there's quite a challenge on for those guys, and that was the ultimate proof of it. So our Trevor Pierce Motorcycles development class, and going back to our the words development, of course, you've got people like Phil Denevin, and as we talked to Chris Suddy Sutcliffe before, the independent engineering supplies man from Timaru, hey, he still just loves it as a class to ride. Yes, he rides other classes as well, but a rider is a rider, and that's what they want to do. And when you've got a bike like this, it's so nimble and agile and great and fun and cheap, and that's a big word in it all. Of course, when these were originally at retail for under $3,000, it has meant that you can be involved in a great part of our sport for a very good price. And a neat little bike, fantastic. And a lot of them have been the two-stroke models, so you've got that power band, you've got that burst of excellence that comes from them. The first one I ever rode, I had a friend of mine, who Russell Stewart, who owned one, and Russell brought it round home and said, well, take it for a run. I thought the choke was on. This thing just wouldn't go. I was riding around the streets of the town. I wasn't taking an opportunity to burst it out on the road, and it wasn't until I got onto the road and opened up the throttle, and all of a sudden it wanted to perform at about 7,000 RPM, and then at 11,000 RPM it was singing a beautiful song. So magnificent little motorcycle. So great to see, and nice to know that you've got a good bike like this. There's no way these are a gymkhana bike. They're not anything to do with hopping over trials, obstacles or anything. They're out to perform. They're 150cc. They are huge in Asian countries, this size of bike, because they're of greater capacity and greater speeds than some of the other control bikes. So they love them over there. So there you go. The 150/100, even up to, of course, 250 in there as well. So, and our split by ages, a senior and junior. So our seniors, by experience, by desire, by, I suppose you say, the time they spend on the bike, they generally are the dominant ones with the better times. And you've then got our junior lineup further back, and our junior lineup sees that the younger ones are out there to perform, and some of those today have been Jack Condon. Now, Jack's as well, he's got a 250, so he performs in the 250 production class as well as here, but I love his number 8, it's the best presented bike out there. So Jack Condon, keep on going for it. Christchurch man on his Suzuki RG150, and he's well placed up there. You've got the 10 of Phil Donovan just in front, oh sorry, no, he's just behind. We've got Calum out there, Calum Guy, and when we look at Calum, he's come through there, of course, sponsored by Wendy, that's Mum, and Stu, so big thanks there. And it's Calum that is going to show us a little bit about his class in this one, and we can only hope for an improved performance. Right, so Andy McLaughlin, Jacob Pearce, Calum Guy, Jack Condon, Phil Denevin, Jackson Cotton, Lance Double, Bryce Ashworth, Vanessa Woodley Gill out there, the young lady from Christchurch, courtesy of Basis, Penrite Oils, Elite Tyre and Alignment, Signs Images, and the Hoogies. So great support there, and well done to Vanessa, one of our ladies that has ridden in this class for a number of years, hasn't set her standards any higher, just still loves the class, still loves the kind of riding, still loves the camaraderie. White flag for these guys, coming down again as we go with the 125. There's the number 5, nestled back in there, Jacob Pearce, good work Jacob, Jacob in our younger lineup. on that Trevor Pierce Yamaha supported Suzuki RG150. Jacob Pierce, that is a superb result. He's in behind the number 33. Indeed, it has been Andy McLaughlin. Andy has been showing us his real class over this event, that is for sure. His best time at a 157.6, and that was also his last lap, so he has got faster on that one. But hey, the Jacob Pierce time is great to watch, and Jacob has not necessarily been a front runner in this. We've had Cullen, we've had Jack in there, we've had Carter, and of course Ben Wilson, the Auckland man, who comes courtesy of Team Aspire, Hamilton Motorcycle Club, and Greg Percival, and he rides the EX250 Kawasaki. So, but all of a sudden, it is Jacob Pierce. It's as if a rider says, well, there's more at stake for this one. We want to put our name on the GP performance. You'll check in your program, and it's actually not a GP title. There is no GP title for this. Unofficially, I suppose we haven't got an official podium as such, because it's only about development. But hey, we still want to acknowledge these guys, and we don't mind that they're not necessarily the GP title holders and the champions of today, but hell, they could be champions in the future. More importantly, there's another 20 to 30 competitors that just love to get out there and go racing. The number 88 we pick up there, I think, was Mike Stein. In fact, I think that's been the 68 of Kim Langsford, hasn't it? It just looked like an 88 spotted on the number, but I think it's actually 68 now. You got some of those people with a high vis now. The high vis are for some of, they're either the younger ones or the newer ones of less racing experience. And what the high vis is designed to do is to say, hey, just look out for me. I don't necessarily know everything. I'm not a politician. I'm nobody important. I'm just wanting to participate in the sport, have some fun, and get out there and ride. And
oh, mate, have a look at young Jesse Stroud's high vis. He's standing up beside his bike, and I think it's only 3 to 4 inches to the ground to his high vis in there. It's just about bigger than him. But checkered flag goes out to Andy McLaughlin. Chris Sutcliffe, the fastest man in the race, the 56.19 goes through in second place. Jacob Pierce, a podium for you. Phil Denovan, Callum Guy, Jackson Cotton, Jack Condon, Vanessa Gill. We haven't talked much about the number 95 bike in Vanessa this weekend. She got a good credible 8th. Brian Ashworth, Ben Wilson, Lance Double, Turiana Banks, another person that's been off the radar for the weekend, but one of the valuable Banks family.